Hello, Mr. Hassan. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Abul Hassan, or Hassan Senior as I like to call you. I'm doing great. And thank you so much for having me on your show, SVT, today. Let's get straight into it.
Let's get straight into it. So, question number one is the most simplest one, which is what is the current income threshold if somebody want to bring their spouse inside the UK?
Okay. As of now, so past the changes that came in April 2024, March, April time, as it stands, the threshold is £29,000 inside or outside the UK.
All right. Question number two is can the applicant and sponsor combine their incomes to meet the financial threshold of 29,000, which is clearly many people they can't make 29,000.
It's a confusing topic, and this one gets a bit of confusion around it as well. Specifically, this: if you're inside the UK and you found your spouse and you want to get married, and you both have the legal right to work, yes, of course, you can merge your salaries together to depict £29,000. However, you're outside the UK, your sponsor or your partner in the UK is going to have to bear that load, and they alone would have to show £29,000.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan. That clearly makes sense. So let's go towards question number three, which is if a couple has children together, does the 29,000 threshold increase, or they do what it used to be in 18,600? If you are bringing the children as well with the main applicant, you have to add up 3,800 with the on the top of 18,600. Is that the same case?
So with the £29,000, there's nothing more than that. That threshold is that threshold. It's not higher than that. In fact, the speculation that it might come down. But if you applied before April 2024 and you're just extending it from that point onwards, which, a lot of people are, you will have to still pay the 18,600. But with each child, it's going to be 3,000 something more. And the second child's 2,000 something along those lines. But it will never surpass 29,000. So even if you're on 18,600, it won't surpass £29,000 in its entirety.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan, for clarifying that point as well. So we have one more question for you. There's been a gossip online. I've heard these news a couple of times on social media as well, and I've seen a statement of changing on it as well. There's been some talk online that this 29,000 income threshold might come down to 25,000. Is it true, or is it just rumors? What your opinion about it?
To start with my opinion, the £29,000 is a behemoth of an amount to surpass. It's a big amount, and salaries in the UK, that high. But having said that, I think if it comes down to 25,000 or even less than that, it's great. It'll bring so many families together. It'll unite so many loved ones. But nothing's confirmed as of yet. It may happen in the coming months or even the coming years, but nothing's confirmed as of yet. It's still £29,000, whether we like it or not.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan, for clarifying that point as well. So we have one more question. It's a bit spicy one. If someone who is not earning 29,000, does that mean they can't be with their spouses, or they can't be with they have no right to be with their loved ones if they are not making 29,000 a year?
Not necessarily. Look, the thing is, the Home Office wants to establish that you earn £29,000 unless you receive a specific type of benefits. Now, it's not the widespread ones. And if, I'm sure the SVT viewers have watched our TikTok videos, they'll know which ones I'm talking about. Yes. But it's not those ones. They do. But if they do receive those benefits, they may be able to skirt that £29,000 threshold, but they'll be subject to a different type of threshold, which I'm sure you'll ask me coming up.
So we have one more question about it. If I'm getting a carer allowance, as you told, which is one of the eligible benefit, like carer allowance, PIP, or DLA, disability living allowance. Yeah. If I'm getting these allowance, does I need to earn some extra income along them, or I only can say that I'm getting carer allowance. I don't have to, show 29,000 straight away. I'll get my sponsor will get the.
Gotcha. So the thing is, once you're no longer subjugated to that £29,000 threshold provided by the Home Office, you're subjugated to a different threshold by the Home Office called adequate maintenance. And adequate maintenance, what you're trying to depict is you have more income than you have outgoings. And the outgoings assessed is generally your rent, your mortgage, and your council tax. Those payments, not really groceries and the stuff. But nonetheless, you will become subject to adequate maintenance. And if you can prove that to the Home Office, if you can establish you've got money at the end of the week, besides that there's a certain threshold for that money as well, then you'll be allowed to apply.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan, for clarifying this point as well. I have a bloke who's getting carer allowance and getting universal credit along with it. So can he combine the carer allowance income and the universal credit income?
Absolutely he can. In fact, even if he's working part-time on the side, I think if you do receive carer's allowance, you're allowed to work about 16 hours part-time on the side. If he is working that, he can add that as well. If he's got a rental property, he's more than free to add the rental property as well. Any stream of income. The catch is it needs to be consistently entering your bank account, and it needs to be able to be demonstrated to the Home Office that it's a legal income. But nonetheless, yeah, of course, if he's got carer's allowance, universal credit, child tax credit, all of them, he can add them all together to demonstrate his total monthly income. Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan. We have one more question, which is, what are specified expenses the Home Office will actually look in this test? As you have told us, they take out, they'll see the incomings and the outgoings.
Right.
So what specified outgoings?
Yeah. So in contrast to popular belief, some people think it's every single outgoing. So your water bill, your electricity bill, your phone bill, your groceries. It's not the case. The Home Office typically assesses your rent or your mortgage and then your council tax payments.
Okay, so these are the specified expenses they will check.
Yeah.
So we have one more question, which is this income and expense comparison done monthly, yearly, or quarterly?
Another big misconception, because typically speaking, wages or salaries come in monthly. People assume it's going to be a monthly income. That's not the case. It's going to be a weekly assessment, how much money you have at the end of the week. So it's not monthly. It's not bi-weekly. It's not yearly. It's by the end of the week. So it's weekly.
So it's weekly. Thank you, Hassan. We have one more question, which is, how much income do I need to show after all essential expenses to pass this exemption test?
Right. It's a very interesting question that you've asked me.
Thank you, sir.
Me and
Thank you.
Mr. Khurram, the principal solicitor at KQ Solicitors, we had a meeting about this actually. And it turns out it's about £163 by the end of the week you want to show in your account after all these expenses have been paid. But generally speaking, at KQ Solicitors, we'll recommend you have about £170 to £180 just to really have that strong establishment of your leftover income.
I'll extend it a bit. And what if we have a child as well?
If you have a child, there's going to be an additional £60 to £100 on top of that, depending on the needs and stuff. I'd say keep it to about £100 should be fine to add on top of that.
So thank you, Mr. Hassan. It was the gold mine for me, and I expect same with our listeners as well. And thank you for giving us time today and for explaining such critical and technical terms in these simple words. Thank you, Mr. Hassan, to be here.
My pleasure.
And thank you to all of our listeners.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.